And I remember for years having the same thought every time I was in the middle of one of those moments. Like, I was literally sitting. I remember a lot of the time it would happen when I'm watching TV, and that's when I stopped watching TV, because I was like, damn, TV's a trigger. I would be watching TV, and either it would happen more often when commercials would come on, but sometimes even the commercial would turn off, like, or go off, and then the program or whatever, the TV show would come back on, and I'm still stuck in here. Like, and I would be thinking to myself, like, how do I get out? But worst, if I had things to do. Like, if I had a deadline, that was the worst, because then it felt like I was just trapped in my own body, couldn't get out. And most of the time I would be thinking, like, why is it so much easier to sit and be trapped in my mind when I know I have something to do? Why is it so much easier to just want to stay here and stare at the wall? Why does that feel so much easier than doing what I know I'm supposed to do? Constantly asking myself that all the time. And it was so frustrating, because it was like, if you're a Neptune person, you're creative. And I know you are. I know you're a creative person. And if you're a creative person, you're probably really good. And, you know, if you have like Virgo too, but whatever. If you're a creative person, you're probably good at solving problems, which means two things. If you end up being that person who like always comes up against a deadline, you always make it work. Even if you just barely make it, like, you just about almost always make it work. But then there comes this like guilt, like overwhelming guilt that comes with looking at what you've accomplished with barely any time and with all these restraints. And then you start to look at yourself like, well, if this is what I was able to do with all this limitation, what would I have been able to do if I had started earlier? What would I have been able to do if I had planned this better? And then you just start thinking like of all of your potential that is being untapped. And I don't know if you've ever experienced the weight of pressure when you realize you're not tapping into your full potential, like how that makes you feel, like how guilty you feel. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know how to describe it yet, but it can be really saddening. It could be really like, I don't want to say crippling. That's a bit dramatic. I am dramatic though. But like, it's just not a great feeling. It really is not a great feeling. And if you have not found a way to get over that yet, you probably find yourself in a pity party surrounding it, because it just doesn't feel good. It just doesn't feel good, because you feel like you are your worst enemy, and you probably are.